What's cracking, homies and homegirls? My name is Ruben Esparza. I'm a tattoo artist from Ventura, California. I'm known as EsparzaInk805. My childhood was a biker family. You know what I mean? Cops at the house 24/7. Old school biker family, bro. You're talking about music fucking blaring at freaking 10:30 at night. If it was 9:30 at night and the cops showed up to the pad, my dad would open the door and be like, wait till 10 o'clock. And straight up be like, leave. And the cops would fucking leave and wait till 10 o'clock. My dad was old school gangster from fucking San Quentin prison. All right. He went to San Quentin prison in the 80s. He was an old school gangster. My dad's 6'3". He's probably at the time was probably around 250, about 300 fucking pounds. My mom dipped out when I was probably 1 year old. So my mom and my dad split up. My mom, hard to say, my mom became a lesbian. She would come pick me up every 2 weeks. Quite frank, sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. But she was just being a parent, I guess, doing what she had to do to survive in life. From the things that I can remember, Pops coming home on the Harley about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. If the garage wasn't open at that time, he would start doing burnouts in the fucking garage till fucking someone would open the fucking garage. And if no one opened the garage, he would kick in the front fucking door and make it known that he was home. That was me at like 6 years old. Probably 5 or 6. My mom was in the house. I had a stepmom. Her name was Julianne. Julianne today, beautiful. Back in the day was, you know what I mean? She was raised up the same exact fucking way. My stepmom was raised up country as fuck. Biker lifestyle. And I think that's how they entwined. I had a sister and 2 brothers at the time. So it made us 4 in the house. I have 8 brothers and sisters in total, which makes me the 9th. Well, 8th, and then I have a little brother after me, and it makes him the 9th, actually. When I moved with my mom at 9 years old, my dad went to jail for 2 years. My dad was fighting a 25 to life case. He lost his whole entire business, house, cars, everything. I went from having money with my father to living with my mom, who's making only $14 an hour, trying to support 4 kids. So I got to thank my mom to not just being like, nah, I can't take my children in. My mom actually took us in at a random time, literally blindsided, but just like, bam, here's 4 kids on your doorstep. So I lived with my mom 9, 10, 11 before my dad finally came home from rehab. He took us back because at 9 years old, I was running the streets. Literally, I was on Ramona block, smoking bud, and I had a 38 special that a friend gave me and I kept giving back to him. My brother Sal was drinking tall cans and putting them in his backpack at 10 years old. We were stealing from the damn liquor stores. We were packing fake guns in our backpacks. And that's not my mom's fault. My mom went to work and she came home. It was just the environment that we were in. My dad kicked my ass pretty fucking bad one time. Well, I was forced to leave. I'm not gonna tell the full fucking story, but I'm gonna just tell you that much. I ended up moving in with my mother at 14 years old. It was basically already too late for me. You couldn't fucking control me. You could have given me everything at that age and I wasn't fucking gonna listen. When I was living with my mom by myself, my brother was having issues at the house with my pops as well. My brother just decided he needed to leave to avoid conflict. So when he moved to Ventura, my brother was no little man. My brother was 6'2", 6'3" at 17 years old. Me, I lived on that avenue for a while already. So I was already breaded in right there. When my brother passed away, he was 17 years old. I was 16 years old in Ventura on the avenue. He was murdered. It was a 2-on-2 fight. And the other homeboy had a blade and we didn't. Salvador was my closest brother because he was a year older than me. Like his birthday is September 11th and my birthday is September 19th. So we're both Virgos. And so the night that he was murdered, we woke up on a good note. We woke up, everything was great. Everything was going good. When someone passes away, it's a trip. It's like the way my brother passed away, it was like he's seen every single person before he passed. My high school experience, I was in school almost every day. I would actually go to class and then a homie would come knock on my fucking window and be like, hey, fool, let's ditch. You know, and if you're from Ventura, you know Roach, you know my boy Sedano, Arturo, was my homie right there. Like he actually had my back for a lot of things. And today, me and him don't really have a good friendship like that. But I used to ditch every single day with Arturo and we used to go bounce around and shit. Sometimes I would end up at the pier just fucking drinking, smoking weed and fishing, man. Honestly, I think that's what saved me pretty much. It was going fishing. I ended up in 4 different high schools. I was in Ventura High School, a continuation school that's not even around anymore. So I don't even remember the name of the fucking continuation school. I was rarely even fucking there. Then I ended up at Cabrillo High School, that was in Lompoc. And then I ended up at Maple High School right after that, which was another continuation school. I just bounced around a lot. The beginning of my tattoo stage, man, I started drawing when I was in freaking elementary. You know what I mean? I started drawing in elementary when I was probably around 3rd grade, 4th grade. What got me inspired to draw was one of my homies got a letter from their fucking homies, well, his cousin actually. And the drawing was a Bugs Bunny in Dickies in a flannel holding a rose. And I remember every single kid in the school, we're talking about 9 years old, every single kid in the school printed out that picture probably 100 fucking times. I would take that freaking picture home and I would trace it out. And I traced it out so many fucking times, and I tried to recreate that image as best as possible. So that was the start. I was probably 9. And it wasn't until a homeboy, may he rest in peace, Anthony Ochoa. Anthony Ochoa was from Goleta, from G-Town. If I'm not mistaken, he was from the projects. One day he tagged up on a piece of paper and he threw a sick ass just cursive right next to it. And I told him, hey, homeboy, can you teach me how to do that? He taught me how to draw up. He taught me how to do taggings. He taught me how to bang up. And believe it or not, I sucked. I was terrible. And the homies kept telling me like to quit drawing and all that type of shit, but I stuck with it. It wasn't until probably, I want to say 17 years old before people started wanting drawings from me. The very first time I tattooed is more further back. I was 13 years old in the Ventura projects in the back of my homie's house, Julio's. And I did a stick and poke with a needle and thread and liquid eyeliner. I did a W on my hand when I was 13 years old. I never did a tattoo after that ever again. I had an ex-girlfriend who wanted to buy me a machine. This is from what I remember. I didn't want a tattoo because I fucking thought it was something different. I thought I couldn't do it because it's a completely different form of drawing. So she bought me the machine anyways for my birthday. So I started tatting up my legs. I think I was probably 16, 17 years old. By the time I turned 18, I ended up moving to Bakersfield. I ended up staying at the Palms in Bakersfield. And if you know where the Palms is at, you know it's directly in the neighborhood of Bakersfield on the east side. Someone broke into my pad and stole all my tattoo machines. They stole all my shit. I didn't tattoo till I got locked up for a residential burglary. GTA and everything else. So I end up in jail and homies are trying to teach me how to do stick and poke by making tattoo ink out of pencil lead. I seen a couple homies in jail, man, do some sick ass fucking stick and poke, man. I mean, it would look like this fool fucking did it with a tattoo machine on a homie's shin. When I came home from jail, some homeboy came to my house. And if you're from the 805, he's from Santa Barbara. His name is Philip Rendon. Philip Rendon landed in my pad. He asked me if I fucking knew how to draw. And I told him, yeah. So I showed him my drawings and he said if I wanted to apprentice over at Famous Tattoo Shop. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I mean, I had a good job. I was making about $35 an hour and I didn't necessarily need it. So it wasn't until I ended up getting tattooed by Philip Rendon where I seen his lifestyle. There was a moment where he was sitting in his pad, sitting at the tattoo shop. He's tattooing people up. And he asked me, do you want to go to a Dodger game? And I just thought like, homie, don't you have to work? He's like, I have one more client. I'm going to tat him up. And then afterwards, do you want to go to a Dodger game? And for me, when someone says that type of shit to me, I'm like, whatever, homie, sure, yeah, I'm down. Well, I watched Philip Rendon tattoo this person up. Right after he was done, jumps in the car with me and takes me to a Dodger game. And that's when I realized being a tattoo artist meant complete freedom. It was a place where you can create your hours and you could do whatever you basically wanted to do. And that's what basically made me fall in love with tattooing, was the freedom at first. But it wasn't until I actually started studying it. It wasn't until I actually started doing my research. I did research on every single artist I could possibly think of, from grime to fucking Oliver Peck to freaking everybody, man. I searched up a lot of people, man, to figure out where tattooing came from and Tabora and everything. I went to go fucking apprentice at Famous Tattoo Shop when I was 21 years old. I had great artists who loved it as well teach me. from Capone from Duke Saleh to Luis Zamora, who does some crazy female tattoos. You have Manny Fresh, who did traditional. You had Victor Ramos, who did crazy black and gray, and so on and so on. And the person that owned the tattoo shop was Johnny Cash. The person that taught me how to do really good script was Bobby Estrada. All these guys, man, they taught me this fucking beautiful art form. There's no other way that I could put that. It was a career that I fell in love with. I feel like tattooing, I want to say saved me, but at the same time, it's like, nah, it literally recreated me. It made me actually think that I had a purpose in this fucking world. See, people think tattooing is just about making fucking money and that's it. And just tattooing on skin. That's not it. Tattooing for me was a blessing. It was something that I grabbed a hold of and I couldn't let go, and I still can't. I get a question all the time. If you become a millionaire, do you think you would quit tattooing? And the answer is no. I don't think I could ever give something up like that. I don't think I could ever put it down. There's times where if I don't tattoo for 3 fucking days, man, I lose my mind. I feel like I'm losing control. So I worked in 2 tattoo shops. I worked at Famous Tattoo Shop, and I worked at another tattoo shop called Avenue Tattoos, which is no longer there. The owner of that tattoo shop, his name was Johnny Tijuana, and he gave me the chance and opportunity to work in the shop first. I had the opportunity in Famous Tattoo Shop who taught me. I ended up leaving the tattoo shop for my own purpose because I just had my daughter and I had to take care of my kid at home. And I ended up at Johnny Tijuana's shop because he needed the help and was just like, hey, homeboy, can you come help me out? And I was like, fuck yeah. Especially to get my tattoo license, I was all for it. Stayed there for about a month before it was like, this shit ain't fucking cutting it. Then I ended up back at Famous Tattoo Shop. And by the time I ended up at Famous Tattoo Shop, I was kind of already fucking up. I was already drinking a lot. I was partying a lot, and I was showing up late to appointments. And I just thought I was fucking Hollywood or something. So it forced me to go back to the basics of just tattooing from the pad. And it's funny is that a lot of people thought I was going to quit tattooing. When I was working out of the pad, it actually made me work 10 times harder. It made me actually search for my clients. It actually made me search for my people. So it had me, I think I wrote probably 100 people a day on Instagram. I think it was about 100 people a day. And I would copy and paste the same thing. And it would be, hey, how's it going? I'm a new tattoo artist. I want to just get my name out there. And I just want to be able to tattoo and create my career if they would let me. And majority of the time, people let me tattoo them. I got to give thanks to a lot of the Ventura locals for letting me fuck up their skin. You know, that's a blessing in the fucking disguise, homie. So the Ventura locals, man, thank y'all for letting me fuck you guys up so I can get where I'm at, for sure, man. That's a 100% thank you. Now I'm in Las Vegas. My future is I'm trying to open up a tattoo shop eventually. I don't have an exact location, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. I actually had a man hit me up yesterday, or a female hit me up yesterday, day before yesterday, and told me that they liked my work and wanted to put me into a tattoo shop off Henderson in Las Vegas. I'm definitely thinking about doing that in order to get my name out a little bit faster and obviously build myself back up. If I give someone words of encouragement, it would be, all I think about is my dad saying, get your fucking head out of your ass. That's a fucking word of encouragement. Stop fucking drowning yourself in your own fucking sorrows. Get yourself up. Get to work. My biggest motto is you got 5 minutes to bitch, moan, and complain, and you get your ass back to work. Every single person in this world has problems. Every single person's world has been through struggles. Every single person on this planet is going through something right now that they really don't want to fucking deal with. Who the fuck wants to deal with problems? You don't think millionaires got fucking problems? You guys are delusional. I say to every single person out there, quit your fucking job. Find something you love. Find something that you want to do. Get your ass up and get the fuck to work. And if you don't like where the fuck you're at, then get your ass out and leave. No one's point of view should be, I'm just going to fucking settle. Nah, man, there's no such thing, dog. It's either you're going to live the life you're fucking living or you're going to go move on and go find another life. Working hard is worth every single dime and nickel. I think having to have a purpose in this world, that's a blessing. The money's just a tip. Oh, that's cool, man. I got money in my pocket now and I can go blow it on something. You know what I mean? It was the work that made me happy. It was working that makes me a happy person. Well, my name is Ruben Esparza. I'm a tattoo artist from Ventura, California. Once again, if you want to find me, I'm at EsparzaInk805 on Instagram. I am located in Las Vegas. I travel to California once a month. And if you want to find me, like I said, find me on Instagram, EsparzaInk805. Thank you.